Hey bitches, this is a end of year December reflections, whole fucking year reflections video. Kind of. And also a little bit of an unboxing, and you know what? It's probably not even gonna be that long. But I just wanted to come on, have some fun. I have a shit ton of stuff here that we're gonna unpack together. Some of it I've already unpacked and played with, so it's kind of gonna be a little bit of a mini review, some of it not so much. It's a little bit messy. There may be like some weird shit in frame. I don't even know. I don't even care because, yeah, I'm, I'm just, it's 2023 still. And I'm happy to even be alive. I've had a rough year. Honestly, there were some highs. I got to release my deck, my tarot deck. So now I have a tarot, professionally printed tarot and oracle, and I'm completely cool with that. And that's going to be it for a while regarding me and my Kickstarter decks. I will keep creating, but it's just going to be stuff that I put on Make Playing Cards, regardless of, whether or not people want to buy it or not. I can just freely create whatever I want, and it can look either, really cool and professional, and people will probably say, hey, why are you not running a Kickstarter for it? And sometimes it can be a little bit, hokey pokey, crappy, but, something that really comes from my heart so that I can at least have it printed for myself. And if other people want to have it printed for them, they can. But, that was a huge highlight, getting that Kickstarter out and printing that deck, a deck that has literally been years in the making. That was a major, epic, iconic highlight. And then also the musical theater concert that I did was a personal milestone where I got to show off my singing, dancing, acting chops even more than I've ever done before, and where I feel like I've kind of impressed some of my peers, because I do feel like I'm being in the Dutch musical theater field, I am being underappreciated a lot, where usually after most productions, people will come up to me and say, hey, you actually did a lot better than I expected you to do. And I thought, okay, well, if you had such low expectations, why'd you invite me to play in this piece? But then this time I was like, yeah, I finally got to show my full range. Also my dancing skills, because I love dancing, choreography. Nothing too extreme, too intense, obviously, but yeah. So that was really cool. The biggest low was having kidney stones. As most people know, I have had, I think I had one that I passed, and then really quickly after that, another came back. And if that's the case, it's really severe, because that means my body likes to generate kidney stones, which is not a good thing, because that would mean that I've become a kidney patient, which is something that I don't want to be at the age of 35. Or it has been, in the best case scenario being, it has been that same kidney stone all year long. And I have to say, I have been really disappointed by the Dutch healthcare system, where this whole process has literally taken a whole year and it's still not out. And I was talking to my boyfriend the other day, and he was like, well, you're being quite heavy-handed with this. Your year hasn't been all bad, but this has truly been one of the darkest years out of my life, because my body failing on me. Whenever I get a really severe kidney stone attack, they call them colics, they take me out for about a week. Sometimes when I'm lucky, it's only a couple days. But usually, the whole week after that, I have to take a lot of diclofenac, or also better known in some parts of the world as Voltaren, which is a pretty intense painkiller, and it makes me really tired. So he was like, "You're being quite heavy-handed about this," because I was crying a little bit yesterday, and I was like, it's difficult for me because I'm always the trustworthy colleague at work that does their stuff and knows their shit and has their shit together. And now I'm one of those sick people, which sounds really dumb, but yeah, it's been hard on me psychically. And then also the quitting. the quitting of the smoking. Still really glad that I did it, and I'm gonna push through because I'm still very much pushing through. I'm still in remission, but that has been hard because now that I don't really have those urges as intensely as I used to anymore, I'm kind of figuring out how big a part of my personality was based on smoking, which is also a really sad thing to find out about yourself. So yeah, tis been the year of Shadowwork, and I didn't even use the cards for it. But you know, there's been tons of good stuff too. I got this in London. I was at Watkins. I kind of wanted it. I called Martin later, and he said, "Oh, you could have had it from me," because he doesn't really like it. But I don't know. I was there. I saw it. I wanted to buy it because it's cute. It's a cute little deck. People have seen this. I'm just going to be showing some cards. Is it a must-have? No, it's a cute sort of Thoth-esque deck that was, you know, created by an artist that, you know, that doesn't create digitally, but more analogically. I love that Justice is an 8th, so that makes it even more thothy. So that does give the deck sort of a, you know, a fun quality about it. You know, I still don't get why people are treating, I don't really think people are, but certain influencers online and, you know, authors are still treating the Liminal 11 like it's the dog's bollocks. When in matter of fact, they kind of have been, you know, the laughing stock of the publishing world for a while when it comes to actual card users and not card deck writers or tarot book writers who've been published by mass market publishing. They've not been doing a good job. And I actually was listening to a podcast, I believe it was Card Slingers Coast to Coast, where they were praising Liminal 11, and to be quite honest, while I do like this deck a lot, I was reading the guidebook on the train back home, and I was wondering, what about this deck warranted a foreword by Rachel Pollack? Where, you know, and it's a fabulous foreword because Rachel explains more about the deck than and certain cards in that little foreword than the creator herself in the whole literal guidebook. And it especially became clear with this Temperance card because I found it very odd that in such a fantastical, like, otherworldly deck, we see this dude that has glasses. And it isn't really explained anywhere why they have glasses. And then, you know, I know that Liminal 11 do. So I kind of want to know this sort of signifies to me that this is someone that the author probably knows that they painted in the deck, but it doesn't fit with the overall vibe. I do love the way the archetypes are depicted, especially the star and the sun. I feel like having the moon be so different, because this could have made a really nice triptych, you know, the star, the moon, the sun. Having the moon be illustrated so differently kind of ruins it for me, the aesthetic. But I do love the way this looks, and it's a very strong deck. It's a very strong looking deck. So I do like it a lot. I love how it's pippish. But honestly, like the lack of content in this did kind of disappoint me, but then again, I also kind of expected it, because that's what I've kind of been starting to expect from Liminal 11 decks in general. Style over substance. But does a deck like this, no, the deck is good. It's a workable, usable deck. It looks cool, it looks cute. Does it warrant a hardcover guidebook with a foreword by Rachel Pollack? No, not at all. But it was cute and it was cheap because I sell my decks at Watkins. They're also going to be stocking my tarot deck now, so yay! Or at least it's not. We'll see it when we'll see it, but it's not there yet. but she did express a lot of interest in it. So while I was there, and I even gifted her my own personal copy so she could kind of peruse it, and she was like, oh no, I'll keep this as the display copy. So that kind of sounds like she made up her mind, right? And I did kind of want to support them. So I thought, you know what, let's give this a try. And you know, to be fair, as much shit as I give Liminal 11, this deck itself is pretty cool. It's probably the best deck they've released apart from some of their Oracle stuff, because I think the Citadel Oracle is a really good Oracle. This is probably the best tarot deck they've done in a while. Is it already getting kind of dark out? Oh man, kind of hate that. Another mass market thing that I loved, I've been loving for a while, that I picked up, is the Earth Angels message cards. Now this is really, really, really cute, and this is not for everybody, but it is for me, so shut the hell up. It's a, how many cards? 70 card deck. It's kind of small. Let me zoom in a little bit. I love how dramatic the lighting is now. Like, it's so dramatic. So this is a double deck. I don't really use it as such. Well, I've only had this for a couple of days. Who the hell am I kidding? I'm not gonna use it as such. I'm just gonna be using the fronts with the titles because they're perfectly usable, but there is like an affirmation and a little story on the back. I know people hate that. I used to. I've sort of stopped hating it because I'd rather have this than, I'd rather have it like this than have, a publishing company waste money on printing a guidebook that I'm never going to pull out anyway. So, but then again, there's been lots of bitching online about how the art doesn't line up with the keywords. I find that feedback to be laughable, and this is an excellent deck for intuitive reading. It has really great evocative keywords. I love it. Yes, it is a double deck, but it's absolutely stunning. This is an aesthetic that I love. This artist has mastered it. I love all the hairs. I'm a very big fan of hair imagery. And it's just stunning, and I can't wait to use it. And it's actually, the only gripe I have with it is that it's a small deck, so the big box kind of is a little unwarranted. So I might actually do this now, because you know what, like, I'm never gonna put it in that box. I'm never gonna use it if it's in that box. So let me quickly grab a nice silk scarf that I have, because I have the perfect silk scarf for this deck. It's very wintry, animal-y, and I don't really care how this looks on the screen either, because who gives a flip. I'm just gonna wrap the deck up in this, so at least I know I'm gonna use it. So what you kind of do is you put the deck in the middle, you kind of fold it over. I haven't done this in a while, by the way. This is actually the perfect little scarf for this deck. You kind of fold this part over, and you fold it over here, and then you fold this part over, and you kind of wrap the wrap around, and you kind of stick it under, and the deck's wrapped. Oh wow, that looks shit, but you kind of just tuck it in, and you have your deck wrapped. It doesn't look as good as it should, so I probably should do this again, but better. Look at me trying to do a little tutorial. Whatever. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put it back in the box for a while, but I'm going to do this when I have the time to do it downstairs, so I can actually have this deck on my altar, because it is a really good deck, and it was really cheap. And, the girl from Watkins, she did give me, like, pretty steep, she always does because we have a pretty good report, but she gives me pretty steep discounts, so I do like that. Let me put this gorgeous little, how gorgeous, this is actual silk, guys. Look at how gorgeous this little wintry shawl is. Isn't it stunning? Isn't it gorgeous? Look at all the details, look at how pretty it is. Like, isn't this perfect for this deck? I mean, come on, it's fab. So we're gonna put that to the side. Oh yeah, I haven't even opened this, so we're gonna save that for last. Another one that wasn't on my radar at all until I saw a live recently was this, The Doors of Some Lipth. This is amazing. If you really want to like get into something special, you need to get this. It's a new dimension of card reading. The only thing that's annoying about this is because I shouldn't have opened this when I was in the UK, because the box is really cool. It opens like this, like a little door, but the cards slide, and when it's in your baggage, you know, it slides around and cards tend to, whoops, it already happened, cards tend to fall out. So the box kind of sucks. The guidebook is amazing. So there's this lovely story about how this deck came to be. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's like tons of spreads, and there's geomancy, and there's like, this book is a whole fucking course. So that's freaking amazing. And what this essentially is it's a playing card deck. This is annoying, you guys. Like, look, like I can't even get that last card out, which is not bad because I don't really use more than one joker in a playing card deck at all. But you know, it's a Schiffer red feather problem. They try to do cool things with their packaging. I have to say though, honestly, best Schiffer red feather cardstock I've ever felt. It has gorgeous matte lamination. It has gilded gold foil stamping. And this has playing card shit over it, but it's also kind of got Oracle deck shit over it. So that's really, really interesting. And it has very telling images. It has like mythology stuff going on. It's fun. It's really, really fun. And I read with it a couple of times. All the pips are paired. So all the fours are winds: west wind, south wind, north wind. So it's his whole system. We don't have tens, but we have ladies. So we have a tarot-esque court, which I think is really cool. So the aces are stunning. Like, this is artwork not by Anna Cortez, but by her dad, CJ Freeman. Look, and the art is so dope. And the way this deck is used is, you know, look at that stupid joker. I love it. The way this deck is used is, you know, really, really cool. And she kind of gives you really cool tips on how to read in layers, which I already do. So I love it when I see other authors kind of, you know, like you could have great readings from this by just looking at the numbers and interpreting them, you know, like you don't even need to. But then there is another layer of imagery and card title that you could use, you know, to kind of like tell a story. You could use directionality or the geomancy, like, and it's all explained gorgeously in the book. So this is definitely a really dope deck. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun for if you want something, if you want to try something new. But like I said, the box, I already kind of creased this thing because it's just not, it's not the most amazing packaging. You're definitely going to have to, if you buy this, definitely wait to open it until you get home, and always store it on a flat surface. Don't store it upside down like this because cards will slide out, and that's kind of annoying. But this deck is definitely one to watch. So it's really, really cool. And then last but not least, I haven't even opened this, the Folktales Oracle. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can all see. I hope you guys don't get sick because of it. The Folktales Oracle is a lovely, lovely, lovely little deck by Hannah Wilson, and this has been on my radar for a while. It comes with this cute ribbon that for some reason is, you know, I wanted to open very elegantly, but it's so tight on here that I can't. So that kind of sucks. Am I going to be able to open it? I mean, I want to. The reason why I got this is because I've been wanting this for a while, and getting it on at Watkins was cheaper than on her own Etsy. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it at Watkins. Because at Watkins you get the full set for a cheaper price, I think. Yes, that's amazing. So you get a lovely little book. I don't even know how many cards this has, but you know, and I don't even care because this is just that gorgeous. You get a lovely, which I'm not going to be able to show in full, but who cares? Again, you get a lovely cloth that's just stunning, you know, like you get a lovely like full Oracle deck kit that you can just, you know, cloth. You get a book, a cloth, you get a bag, a gorgeous hand-stamped bag. I love that idea, you know, and it's all presented so gorgeously. And then you get these pretty big cards. They do have pointy edges. I'm not going to trim them, but they are just really, it all has a very homemade type of feel that I like. And it's just very usable. Beginnings, home, family. Aw, that's lovely. Friendship, that's one of my favorite cards in the deck. Hope, contentment. Here we have that lovely hair imagery again. Peace. You know, there's something about seeing a deck with very European animals in them that I can recognize and actually see in the forest where I live that I just really like. Because we do have a lot of decks out there that focus on air animals that exist in, you know, Australia or America, you know, or very tropical animals. And I love that we're getting like this sort of gorgeous folksy animal fantasy art that I just want to get lost in. Folktale. Pathway. Oh, girl. Like this stuff like this, art like this, it's so raw. You can literally see the canvas grain on the image right here, which, you know, is good. That's a good thing. Some people will say, oh, it's so grainy. It's so grainy. No, honey, that's literally because it was painted on a canvas, which was then scanned. That's what real art's supposed to look like, you know? This is as sharp as it can be. It's just very grainy because it was painted on a rough canvas, you know? I love that. Remembering, so stunning. Oh, look at these little seals. We have seals here in the Netherlands. That's gorgeous. Familiar, nature, spirit, magic. I love this whimsical crow. Look at that. Hidden, fairy. That's really cool. These are all keywords and concepts that I can work with wonderfully. Divination, intent. This all has a very shamanic vibe, and I feel like this could work really well with Naomi Cornrock's deck that I think I have right here. And I'm gonna try to put them side by side to see if they actually do look good together, because I feel like they might. I know they will, actually. Whereas Naomi's is a little bit more bright and white. You know, which is also another deck that is sort of, you know, is it perfect? Does it have the perfect amount of cards? No. Is it maybe a little bit expensive for what you get? Yeah. But still, it's such a special deck. And these do look really good together, so that's really cool. Look! Transformation. I fucking shit you not. These are meant to work. These are meant to be together. Like, how cool is this? Look, this is so stunning. Oh man, I do need to use these together. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Look. Look. Oh man. Like, this is so dark and colorful, and this is very like, and they're both like very pagan artists from the UK. So I love the way these look together, and I'm definitely going to use them together. So yeah, this, and it's, you know, this is, you know, this was a cute little haul that I'm very, very happy with. I need to actually make sure that I keep Naomi's deck more in sight because it's too good. So I'm going to put this in its bag. Another deck that's in its bag and that's really cute and lovely. You know, this is another gorgeous handstand bag. These backs are stunning as well. I love it. I really do. And I feel like these were not necessarily printed at a playing cards manufacturer, but they were more so printed in a, at home or something like that, I kind of can't wait to get into this little guidebook as well. This is just a really stunning little set in this really cute cardboardy box, and it just feels very special and homemade. Not so glitzy, but very special. So I'm definitely gonna be doing my January 1st reading with these two tomorrow, because that's so much fun. I actually used this today, and it's a stunning deck. So I got some really cool stuff that I've been wanting for a while, and I also was surprised by a lot of cool stuff. So on that note, I really, really, really can't wait to say goodbye to 2023. Like I said, this was not by any means the greatest year ever, and I can't wait for it to be over. I'm gonna go downstairs and play some Hogwarts Legacy now, and also I'm gonna wrap up that little Earth Angels. The Earth Angels will also go, this will make a really lovely pairing. I'm gonna wrap those little Earth Angels into the cloth, and I think I'm gonna start my year off using, maybe I'll even add in, the new chapter, because I feel like that might work together well, because they all have that handcrafted, hand-painted look. I'm gonna start my year off using those. I could talk for way longer, show you way more stuff, but I'm not gonna, because I just want to chill and relax for the rest of 2023. I really loved all the interactions I've had with y'all, all the cool people I've met, especially obviously Martin is like my tarot bestie, my soul bro. But Danny, who's helped me so much and who I love so dearly. Haley, who's been a little bit more in the background, but is, still an amazing friend. Lennox Reese, who's been like amazing. Helped me so much and is like such a dope, cool chick. Logan, really love you too, Logan. But also Sylvain, who has been, who I don't speak to a lot, but who I really consider a friend. And also the same for Mixtress Ray, who I really appreciate. Thank you all for being here, engaging with me, subscribing to my pretty flaky channel, because I know I don't have a schedule, and I know I don't do I don't upload very consistently, but I love that you have been here. I love that you have stayed here, and I really genuinely wish you all the best possible 2024 from a place of love and light. On that note, good night, good luck, and bye, bitches.